Hi, everybody, and welcome into the Cougar Sports Network as we get ready for the second game of the Clash at Canyons tournament. College of the Canyons and Oxnard College. The first game was a good one. It was a double overtime contest between Cuyamaca and Barstow. This one, at least Smelser court inside the Cougar cage, also serves as the home opener for College of the Canyons as they try and get back and make it a rematch of the 2023 Clash at Canyons tournament. Give you the starting lineups for both sides. For Barstow and their head coach, Ron McClurkin, he will send Theo Briscoe, Miles Allison, Daniel Ortiz, Isaac Means, and Luke Ortiz as the starting five. For College of the Canyons and their head coach, Howard Fisher, in his 22nd season as the COC head basketball coach. I actually think that might be, 22nd season as the men's basketball coach. He will send out a new look lineup for College of the Canyons. Only one returner. Roz Orbach will get the start. He'll be followed by Justin Perez, Mo Pitts, Wyatt Wilson, and Donovan Cornelius. The Cougars in their whites today in a whiteout game, trying to bounce off of a 88-20 season last year and get off to a good start here as they did last year in the Clash at Canyons when they beat Barstow in the opening match 101-83 and then went on to face Cuyamaca in the championship game, trying to make it a rematch. Oxnard, who finished 3-21 last year, a pretty fresh squad. They've got a couple of returning bodies, Daniel Ortiz, Miles Allison, Isaac Means, all returners along with Theo Briscoe, but guys that did not get a lot of run last year. So outside of Daniel Ortiz, who averaged in double figures last season, everybody else was under 10 points. Try and get him loose and get going as we get ready to work. College of the Canyons and Barstow here from Lee Smelser court inside the Cougar cage. Legend Lee Smelser is in the building as well. Court named after him, and his former team controls the opening tap, and we go to work. Here's Donovan Cornelius. Cougars are working around to Wyatt Wilson. Wilson will then work it to Perez. Perez trying to work inside to Roz Orbach, the lone returner for COC this year. Orbach gets run into, but he gets some help from Mo Pitts, who's able to recover. Back inside to Perez, misses on his first attempt, misses on the second. Rebound pulled down by Cornelius, and a jump ball tie-up, possession arrow Oxnard. 35 seconds in, Canyons a couple of misses on the offensive side. Couple of offensive rebounds, just couldn't put anything back. And Oxnard will get their first full possession. Here's Miles Allison, the sophomore guard out of Faith Lutheran High School, a transfer into Oxnard College. They'll get it to Theo Briscoe. Briscoe will play it around to Ortiz. He's their leading scorer from the group coming back from a season ago, averaged 14.7 last year. Oxnard along the perimeter here early on. Means had it knocked out of his hands, but foul going to be called against College of the Canyons. When it gets Wyatt Wilson, first foul of the season on Wilson, first foul of the season on College of the Canyons. And Oxnard will get a 20-second reset here, just 1 minute into the ball game. Luke Ortiz will catch out beyond the three-point line, guarded by Orbach, tried to dribble. We'll get it over to Miles Allison. Allison will drive on Cornelius, lost the ball, picked it back up, shuffled his feet, a travel called. Good Canyons defense to start here. Has neither team able to score on their first possession of the game. For Canyons, the lone returner, as we said, Roz Orbach averaged 4 points, 2 rebounds, and just under an assist a game last year. Missed the later half of the season due to an injury, so it's good to see him back out there and back to work. Here's Webb, we'll get it to Cornelius. Now into a rhythm three from Mo Pitts that's no good, but Roz Orbach the offensive board. He puts up an elbow jumper that doesn't fall. Perez couldn't pull down the rebound. Instead it bounced to Theo Briscoe, who will run it ahead. And Briscoe's gonna be called for a travel. Probably could have been called for a shove on a push-off with a straight arm. And Canyons will get the ball back. So no score here, just about 2 minutes in. Neither team has been able to find the basket on a pair of possessions. This will be the third for College of the Canyons. Mo Pitts back to work. Pitts out of Valencia High School, another one of the local products for College of the Canyons, along with Wyatt Wilson out of Saugus High School. Here's Orbach now of a Rabin Telemond out of Telemond Israel grad. He misses on a shot, and it's back the other way coming for Oxnard as Ortiz pulled down the rebound. Here's Mercado trying to drive with the right hand, working against Wilson, who's up for a contested shot. No good. Perez the rebound. Fast break the other way, but Canyons will slow it down. Pitts will bring it back out to Wilson. He'll drop it into the hands of Donovan Cornelius. Back to Wilson, who catches on the near side wing, tried to spin it inside. It's knocked out. A play by Isaac Means, the sophomore out of Camarillo. Averaged 6 points, 4 rebounds, and just a shade under 2 assists a game last year. Canyons will stay with the ball with 15 seconds to shoot here. Wilson to bring it in play. He'll send it to Perez. Now Donovan Cornelius, the freshman guard out of LA Center for Enriched Studies. His first college basketball game. Will spin back to the middle of the floor. Stop to the foul line, kicked it to Wilson for a 3 that doesn't fall. Tip rebound, but a foul on the floor called against Means. A push in the back on Perez, who was inside of him. First foul on the mat and the game on Oxnard will be Canyons at inbound with 20 seconds on the shot clock as a reset. And 17-10 on the game clock. Orbach will catch way out high. He'll drop for Pitts to Perez. A rhythm 3 is good. And the first 3 of the season goes to Justin Perez, the Saugus grad, the freshman. His first college contest, gets the first points of the season for College of the Canyons, and then promptly on the other side gets called for a blocking foul as Miles Allison with the head of steam knocked him down. And they actually called it on Ross Orbach, not on Justin Perez. Miles Allison to the line to shoot 2. Knocks down the first points of the season for Oxnard. Winner of this will take on Cuyamaca in Clash of Canyons final tomorrow at 6 p.m. Busy day here for us tomorrow at College of the Canyons. Football against Moore Park at 1 p.m. Basketball Clash of Canyons consolation game at 4 and the championship game at 6. We're going to try and bring you all of it. We'll have football for sure. We hope to have basketball, and if we don't have audio on basketball, we hope to have it at least as just a audio-less stream, just an arena sounds stream for you. At both 4 and 6 at the very least. Cornelius misses on the turnaround jumper. Allison just sprints it ahead, goes right to the basket. Wilson skies for a block. And back the other way comes Canyons. Wilson drops it Cornelius. Cornelius trying to send it across to Perez, but stepping in the lane was Means. Means trying to drive for a basket. He's fouled by Mo Pitts, and Means will go to the line for 2 shots. I like the contest from Canyons, though. Wilson with the first block. Pitts not afraid on the second one, and makes it a tough bucket for Means. Will send to the line to try and get 2 points from the foul line. Means knocks down the first. Isaac Means last season was a 72% foul shooter. Average 6, I think we already talked about him, average 6 points, 4 rebounds, and just a shade under 2 assists. Only shot 38% from the floor. 14% from 3, but he knocks down both foul shots, and we're even at 3-all. Here's Mo Pitts. Back up top to Cornelius. Pitts will catch on the near side. Works off of the screen of Orbach, now to the middle of the floor. Dumps it to Perez. Corner 3 on the way, no good. Orbach the offensive board and puts it in off the glass. Orbach just too much to handle for Theo Briscoe. As a forward against a guard down low, and Orbach just out-muscled him. That came off the screen switch where Ortiz had to go out and cover Pitts. That allowed Orbach to get loose down low for the offensive board. Here's Miles Allison. He'll work it to Isaac Means. Means driving. Good contest that time from Orbach. Doesn't draw a foul. Back the other way, Canyons. Perez dumped underneath. Wilson lost the basketball, was looking up at the rim before he caught it, and it goes out of bounds off him, and Howard Fisher up off the bench to say that's okay, we're all right. Remember, it's a young team this season for College of the Canyons. Only one sophomore in Ron Orbach. Everybody else on the roster freshmen. So you expect some of these growing pains early on from young men like Wyatt Wilson on the missed pass. Just a ball that if he handles clean, it's an easy bucket. Good contest that time from Donovan Cornelius. Canyons back the other way. Cornelius will dribble towards the baseline, dumps it to Perez. Perez stops, drops, gets it to Pitts, who puts up a straightaway three that's good. And Canyons with an 8-3 advantage here, just about a little over 5 minutes in to this first half. Miles Allison, he's been running the point here early on. Oxnard gonna get their first three from 3-0. Briscoe, a 39% three-point shooter last season, knocks one down. Only averaged 8 points, 2 rebounds, and just under an assist a game. But he gets it back to a 2-point game. Here's Perez to Cornelius. Cornelius driving, going to the basket, draws the foul. He'll get to the line. The foul gonna go against Luke Ortiz, the freshman out of Buena High School. So we'll send Donovan Cornelius to the line. First foul shots of the season for College of the Canyons. Cougars last year, they were good at getting to the foul line, good at making foul shots. They had 16 made foul shots per game, 20th best in the state, but they only shot 65.7% from the line last season, which was 83rd, pretty much dead last in the state of California last year. So they did a good job getting to the line. They made a high number of foul shots, but they could have made more. And that's something to work on this season as they make the first here from Cornelius. He'll go to work for the second and makes it a 4-point advantage for College of the Canyons at 10-6 with 14-13 to go here in the first half. Canyons last year, as we said, defeated Barstow 101-83 in the opening game of the season. Got 24 points from Isaiah Baptista, who's no longer with the squad. Went on to play Cuyamaca and actually won the Clash at Canyons, beat Cuyamaca 74-70. 21 points off the bench from Joshua Barnett, 17 points from Jonah Alfaro, who's moved on after 2 phenomenal seasons, the all-time rebounds leader in COC men's basketball history. So the Cougars trying to make it back-to-back years with a matchup against Cuyamaca in the final. They get a takeaway here as fresh into the game is Stacy Webb for the first time. Dumps to Wyatt Wilson, who skies and lays it in. And Canyons with a 6-point advantage, 12-6. It's the Cougar defense turning into offense that time. Now they work on the defensive end with Briscoe sending it to the near side. Ortiz trying to get loose, could not. Offensive board for Oxnard, a 3-pointer no good off the far side from Goodcase. And Canyons with a defensive rebound will go back to work on the offensive side of the floor. Here's Stacy Webb, the freshman guard out of Valencia High School. Will send it to his former Valencia teammate Mo Pitts. Now to Wilson. Wilson on the other side to Cornelius. They'll work it inside to Roz Orbach. Orbach back up top. Wilson straightaway three. He's fouled. It rattled in and out. He'll go to the line for 3 shots. Nearly had a chance at a 4-point play. Canyons with 5 local products. 3 from Valencia, 1 from Castank, and 1 from Saugus. Or actually, scratch that, 2 from Valencia, 2 from Saugus, and 1 from Castank. Wilson makes the first of 2. Wilson, one of those local products. 6'3" freshman guard, who's shown already an ability to leap as he knocks down the second of 3. We'll get a substitution. Donovan Chapman will check in. And a timeout on the floor. Oxnard are going to call the timeout. They want to talk things over. 30-second timeout, so we'll stay right here with it. Canyons with a 14-6 advantage. Wilson's made 2 of 3 foul shots. He's got 4 points in the contest. Pitts with 3. Perez with 3 as well. Canyon's doing a nice job here early on spreading the ball. Theo Briscoe with 3 to lead the way for Oxnard here early on. So Chapman into the game for the first time today as he takes over for Roz Orbach. Canyons with 5 guards on the floor here. And Cornelius, Webb, Chapman, Pitts, and Wilson. So not a big to be found for College of the Canyons at the moment. They go small. Wilson looking for his 3rd of 3, and he knocks it all down. Canyons with a 9-point advantage, 15-6. There's Miles Allison back to work. Tries to work to his left. We'll dump it off to Goodcase. Now to Ortiz, who's been quiet so far. Theo Briscoe now with the ball in the near side wing. He'll send it back. Goodcase thought about a 3. Now he wants to drive. Went through the hands of Ortiz. Got lucky that it hit Miles Allison. He was able to collect the pass. Allison kicks it out. Briscoe another 3, this time from deep, no good. Good hustle by Cornelius to poke the rebound to Donovan Chapman, and Canyons back up the floor. A missed 3 for Canyons. Goodcase on the other side, fouled. Sorry about that. Our automated camera system thought that the sweeper guy on the near side of the floor was in the game. I saw it. There's nothing I can do about that, folks. I apologize. We'll do our best to hopefully solve that as we continue on. Goodcase will go to the line for the first time today. Foul going to be against Donovan Cornelius. We'll see substitutions here as Perez getting ready to go back to work. Perez back in. As Mo Pitts came off, Cornelius makes 1 of 2. Or excuse me, Goodcase makes 1 of 2. And then he'll promptly check out. Cornelius steps on the sideline off a tough inbound play, so Oxnard creates a turnover and they'll go to work. Isaac Means the one there to create the problem. Jaden Reyes is checked into the game for the first time for Oxnard. Condors trailing 15-7 with the basketball here. It's been a good start for College of the Canyons. They continue to work through their lineup here. Good move by Reyes, was able to finish over the top of Cornelius. Oxnard out in a full court press here. Stacey Webb will calmly bring it up the floor. Guarded the full length by Reyes. Turns it over though as it was taken away by Theo Briscoe. Reyes trying to drive right back, had it stripped off him by Stacey Webb. Now Canyons needs to get back to work on defense here. Foul going to be called against Oxnard. An interference foul going to be called against Jaden. Did they call it on Jaden Reyes or did they call it on Isaac Means? Oh no, it was a foul on Webb, excuse me, and it'll send Jaden Reyes to the line. Webb a foul before the inbound, so it'll give Oxnard the ball back. Reyes misses the first of 2. Jaden Reyes, a freshman out of San Marcos High School, Santa Barbara native. Webb will check out as they'll bring Roz Orbach back in. Reyes makes 1 of 2. It's all of a sudden back to a 5-point game at 15-10. And Oxnard will have a chance to kind of go 2 for 1 here. Five-second violation on the inbound play by Jaden Reyes. So good defense by Canyons that time to create the turnover. Again, the Canyons defense here early on, very active. Credit them with the ability. Now they break the trap here. Cornelius A jumper that doesn't fall, and a rebound for Daniel Ortiz, sends it ahead towards Reyes, who will spin around near the three-point line. Kicked it over to Means, a three-pointer, no good. It'll go out of bounds off the rim, and it'll be Canyons basketball. Perez back into the game here as well. Canyons will pass out of the full court press. Wilson will step into a three. In transition is good. Wilson starting to heat up. He's got 8. The lead is 8. Oxnard back to work on the offensive side. Here's Means trying to drive against Perez. Puts up a contested jumper from the elbow. No good. Orbach slipped on the rebound, so Oxnard right back with it. And then Orbach gonna foul Luke Ortiz as he goes up. And that's a tough foul for Orbach after he slipped on the rebound. But a good option to try and send the big and Luke Ortiz to the line to shoot foul shots here. 7th team foul puts Oxnard in the bonus. Just 3 fouls on Oxnard here in the first half. Ortiz makes the first of 2. We'll see George Albinor into the game for the first time as Wilson comes off. And checking back in is Mo Pitts as Orbach comes off. Canyons with 4 guards and a forward in Albinor. Will pull down the rebound. Chapman nearly had it stolen from him on the outlet. And then a foul going to be called against Jaden Reyes back up the floor as he got a hand on Donovan Cornelius here. Albinor will catch the inbound and leave it for Chapman. Perez. Now Cornelius tries to drive back to Perez in the corner. Perez lost the ball, but Albinor there to catch. Right at the foul line in the painted area, needs to move it, does to Cornelius. Cornelius back, Chapman a 3 from the wing with 5 to shoot, was too strong. Rebound hit Mora. Good outlet ahead. Ortiz slipped on a portion of the floor right there and was able to recover. Here's Reyes, something down low on the Canyon side of the floor, maybe a little bit of water on the floor. Good hand by Mo Pitts. Sweeps it out of play. Substitutions here. Miles Allison checking back in to take over for Jaden Reyes. 10 minutes and 3 seconds to go here in the first half. Canyons with an 18-11 lead. Allison got it to Reyes. Reyes into the painted area, dumps it off into the corner. 3 from Ortiz is no good. Rebound for Oxnard. Allison this time throws one up, doesn't get it to fall. Oxnard able to recover the ball though, and now Luke Ortiz with a wing 3 doesn't fall. But an offensive rebound and a putback from Jacob Mora, the sophomore out of Oxnard, Rio Mesa High School graduate who averaged 6 points, 4.5 boards last season. Canyons working back the other way. Cornelius in transition lays it home. And a timeout called by Howard Fisher, 9:23 to go. 20-13 in favor of College of the Canyons. We'll take our first timeout of the ball game.
Whether we're on the move or stuck in one place, it's with us. Comforting, healing, and transforming lives. It's the power of you. With 4 world-class hospitals and over 170 clinics across Southern California, together, we're building a healthier community. We're your neighbors, your friends, your family. It begins with you. UCLA Health.
To 13 in favor of College of the Canyons. 9:23 to go here in the first half. Cougars have led for pretty much the whole thing so far. It's been a good start for this brand new squad. Three-pointer on the way is good for Oxnard as they cut the lead now down to 4. Luke Ortiz with the three-pointer. Here's Cornelius for Canyons, works off the Aldenor screen, dumps it inside Aldenor. From the block, able to spin his man down and lays it in. George Aldenor with a bucket, his first of his college career. Reyes back on the other side trying to create, no good. Offensive rebound was pulled down by Mora, then it was knocked out of his hands, then it goes off of Jaden Reyes out of play as he and one of the Cougars were diving down to the floor to try and recover. And Canyons will come away with the basketball. Gian Figueroa coming in for the first time today, the freshman out of Tahunga, California, Verdugo Hills High School grad, will go to work for his first action of the season. Canyons didn't have anybody ready to take the ball out. Now they will. Perez needs to bring it in play. And a foul going to be called against Daniel Ortiz away from the basketball. As he clutched on to Mo Pitts, so it'll give Canyons another chance to try and run their inbound play here. Get it to Aldenor on the far side of the floor. We'll now get it to Perez. Donovan Chapman will work the point. Chapman, Perez driving baseline, lays it off the window. Good vision from Chapman, good use of the floor by Perez as he caught and just took off. And Canyons back in the lead by 8. Three-pointer on the far side, no good from Oxnard. Rebound inside by Mora, couldn't put back the underneath putback chance. Canyons comes away with the defensive rip and goes back the other direction. Here's Mora. Now Perez up top, Figueroa. They'll work it around to Mo Pitts on the near side. Perez, a three from straight away is good. Perez with his second three. Give him 8 points. And Canyons with their largest lead of the night at 11, lead 27-16. 7:38 to go here in the first half. Pitts right in the jersey of Jaden Reyes that time. Allison will go back to work. Now Reyes again. This time he's able to slip Pitts. And an offensive foul going to be called against Reyes as Aldenor steps in and draws the charge. So Reyes going to check out. We'll see Ruben Jimenez into the game for the first time today. Theo Briscoe back in as well for Oxnard. Aldenor will catch on the Chapman pass and give it to Mo Pitts as Canyons into their half-court offense. Chapman, a three. Knocked down, counted in the foul! A late closeout from Mora, and Chapman has a chance for a 4-point play. 30-16 Canyons here in the first. So Wilson and Perez with 8. Cornelius with 4, Chapman with 3, a chance to get to 4, Pitts with 3, Orbach with 2, Aldenor with 2. So Canyons spreading the ball nicely as they've stretched the lead up to 14, a chance to get it to 15 as Chapman misses on the foul shot. So 14-point advantage for Canyons. Oxnard trying to work around the perimeter here. Allison will drive to the paint, kicks back. 3 for Briscoe from the wing is good. That's a nice shot from Theo Briscoe. His second 3 of the ball game. Briscoe now with 6 to lead the way for Oxnard as they've cut the lead back down to 11. Canyons quickly ahead. Pitts had it knocked out of his hands but was able to recover and get it to Perez. Perez and Pitts. Now Chapman in on the action. Got it to Figueroa, who puts up a 3, and he knocks it down. Gian Figueroa, the freshman, knocks down his first one. Lead back up to 15 here. Or scratch that, 14 here. Math, not my strong suit. We've talked about that already on plenty of webcasts if you've joined us before. There's Theo Briscoe working. Briscoe wanting to drive, gets stopped up at the top of the key, kicks it up a 3, and he knocks it down. The 3 ball starting to light up here for both sides as Jimenez has a big 3. The team's starting to shoot the lights at Canyons, 6 of 11 from 3. Oxnard 3 of 9. The lead back to 11. Figueroa guarded tightly on the sideline and is eventually fouled by Theo Briscoe. For Briscoe, it'll be his first. Only Reyes with 2 fouls for Oxnard. Canyon's Stacy Webb and Roz Orbach both with 2 fouls, hence why they're both on the bench right now with 5:44 to go here in the first half. Canyons with a 13-22 advantage. The Cougars are in the bonus. We'll update the scoreboard for you there as we will send Gian Figueroa to the line for the first time today. Stacy Webb checking out. Didn't see who returned back in. Figueroa makes the first of 2, the lead now to 12. Figueroa knocks them both down, and so far Canyons 7 of 8 from the line. Much better start to this game than really they did all of last season. And the lead back up to 35-22. 13-point Canyons advantage. 5.5 to go here in the first half. Oxnard around the perimeter onto the far side. Briscoe will work it back up top. Driving is Reyes, lays it up, no good, or excuse me, Ortiz. Daniel Ortiz has had a rough night here early on. Hasn't been able to get it going. Pitts, a transition 3 is good. The lead is 16 for College of the Canyons. And a timeout called by Oxnard. 5:11 to go. Cougars out in front, 38-22. We'll take the break as well.
Can I get it Mike's way? What's happening?
And your free sub. Enjoy.
That was super weird.
Oh, that? Nah. She just used the Shore points you can now earn from chip and drink purchases to get free sub through the app.
Download the Jersey Mike's app and earn rewards towards free subs with every sub, Pepsi, and Lay's you purchase.
(38-22) Canyons leading. So Oxnard will work with the basketball here. It's been an excellent start for the COC men, as it's really come off the defensive side of the floor. The Cougars have done a phenomenal job defensively. They get called with a foul here, though, as Miles Allison will go to the line. 1 of 2 from the line today. Second foul on Donovan Cornelius. Oxnard 6 of 22 from the floor. Allison makes the first. Chapman checking back in to take over for Cornelius, who has 2 fouls. Wilson back in the game as well. So Oxnard, as we said, 6 of 22, 4 for 10. Canyons 12 of 23. 7 of 12 from 3, that's the difference right now. 14-point Canyons advantage. They'll pass out of the full court press. Wilson thought about it in transition. Instead, the Cougars will get into a half-court offense with Mo Pitts. Perez holds it up over his head. Drops it to Chapman. Chapman at the elbow. Figueroa instead back to Chapman. Back to Figueroa up top. Now to Pitts again. Canyons with 5 guards on the floor. 5 to shoot here. Pitts with a 3. Doesn't fall this time. Rebound for Jimenez. Running back up the floor. Good defensive set that time from Oxnard. Allison driving to the rack and lays it in. Oxnard falls off the full court press this time. Canyons will pass it ahead. Here's Pitts, will catch outside between the circles. Canyons stationary right now in their offensive set, trying to get to work. Chapman will put up a straightaway 3. Tried to draw a foul and a closeout, missed on an air ball. And we'll get a substitution here, as we'll see for the first time today. Kyron Gates taking over for Gian Figueroa. So Canyons lead down to 12. There's Goodcase trying to drive, lost the ball. Wilson took it away. I think Wilson stepped out of bounds but got away with it. We'll run back the other way with a two-handed flush. So Canyons catches a break there, and Wilson gets the lead back up to 14. Foul going to be called against Canyons here. Go for a 1-and-1 for Oxnard. Goes against Perez. It'll be the second on Perez. Of course, we don't have replay in the 3C2As, so if Wilson did step out of bounds, which it certainly looked like he did from up here, they can't review it anyway, so Canyons will take whatever points they can get out of it. Second is good from Allison, who's now got 7 points. Gates going to be called for stepping on the sideline. Wyatt Wilson with 10 points leading the way for Canyons. Perez with 8. Allison with 7, Briscoe with 6 for Oxnard. Here's Daniel Ortiz. Has not made a bucket yet today. Hasn't really been able to get loose. Briscoe trying to drive. Trying to draw a foul as he went up. Missed it, but it went right into the hands of Jimenez. He got it to Ortiz, who missed on a floater. Gates is fouled from behind by Jimenez. And that'll send Kyron Gates to the line. Nine fouls on each side. First foul on Ruben Jimenez. 3:04 to go here in the first half. 40-28, Canyons in front. Trying to stretch the first half lead. Winner of this one will take on Cuyamaca in the final tomorrow at 6. The loser will take on Barstow at 4 in the consolation game. Gates makes the first, the freshman guard out of Palmdale, Highland High School graduate. Misses on the second. Miles Allison back the other way for Oxnard. Got it to Luke Ortiz, little stutter step, works his way into the paint, kicks it out. Briscoe with 3, he's been the hot hand from 3, misses. And then Ortiz fouled underneath. Likely against either Gates or Cornelius, or Chapman, I mean. We'll see who they call it on. Goes against Donovan Chapman. It'll be Chapman's first. And Oxnard shooting the plus the rest of the way here with 2:51 to go in the first half. Ortiz makes the first. Ortiz 2 of 3 from the line. Making 3 of 4. Give him 6 points on the night. His lead back down to 11. Perez will bring it across the timeline. Now Mo Pitts. Over to Gilad Zigel into the game for the first time today. Perez looking for help. Zigel will pick up. Now Gates trying to drive. Little stop-up jumper with the right hand is good from about 8 feet. Gates with his first bucket of the day. Now has 3 points on the night. Briscoe wanted to drive. Instead, we'll dump it back off to Daniel Ortiz. Near side to Miles Allison. Luke Ortiz calling for it. Has Zigel guarding him. We'll send it back up time to Allison. A runner from the foul line is good. That's a beautiful shot from Miles Allison. Tough to defend for College of the Canyons, and the lead back down to 11 with 1:55 to go in the first half. There's Mo Pitts. He'll run the point for Canyons. Forced it to Gates, who able to catch it. Gets it back. Was trying to throw it to Pitts. Wilson not going to be able to hold it at the timeline. It's going to be an over and back violation. Zigel coming off the floor. Aldenor coming back in. So turnover on Canyons. 5th of the game on the Cougars. Only 6 in the game on Oxnard so far. Allison fouled from behind by Perez. That's the second foul on Perez here. Oh no, it goes against Wyatt Wilson, sorry. Second foul on Wilson. I'll bring Chapman to the table. Allison makes the first of the 10-point game. Wilson checks off, Chapman back in. Allison makes them both. So we're back to a 9-point game now. Allison with 11 points, double figures for Oxnard. Now Pitts. Kicks it to Gates. Up to Perez. Out of Pitts on the near side wing. Pitts will slow it down with 10 to shoot. Works off the Aldenor screen, lost the ball, got it back, got it to Perez. Perez with 3 needs to put one up. Will on a little fall away that rattles off the rim, no good. Outlet ahead for Oxnard. Ortiz running with Pitts right with him. Just holds him off and lays it in. So Oxnard is able to close the gap right now down to 7. Inside of a minute to go. Canyon's offense is stalled out just a touch. Offensive foul called against Courtney. No, it's going to be against Pitts here. Second foul on Pitts, so now you got a bunch of Cougars with 2 fouls. You look, Wilson with 2, Cornelius with 2, Orbach with 2, Webb with 2, Pitts with 2. Perez and Chapman each with 1. Canyon's deep into their bench here with Alexander Martinez into the game for the first time. Allison 3, no. Abdelnour the rebound. And then a foul going to be called against Ruben Jimenez as he went over the back of Alexander Martinez. The freshman out of Verdugo Hills High School will go to the line to shoot 2 as Canyon's in the plus as well. Martinez misses the first of 2. Jimenez checking off, is coming back in is Jaden Reyes. Martinez makes 1 of 2. Lead to 8, 25 seconds to go here in the first half. Canyon's led by as much as 16, but Oxnard has closed the gap. There's a takeaway by Kyron Gates, and Canyons will play for the last shot here. Martinez. Reyes right on top of him. Still working. Jumps it to Chapman. Little jumper from 8 is good. And that'll take us to the close of the first half. Canyons with a 46-36 lead at the halftime break. We'll take a timeout here on the Cougar Sports Network. Welcome back into Lee Smelser Court inside the Cougar cage as we get ready for second half action between College of the Canyons and Oxnard. First half numbers, College of the Canyons 15 of 29 from the floor, shooting 51%, 7 of 14 from 3, and 9 of 12 from the line. Oxnard 9 of 29 from the floor, 4 of 12 from 3, and 14 of 18 from the line in that first half. The turnovers, 7 for Oxnard, 5 for College of the Canyons. Cougars with 8 points off of turnovers, just 5 for Oxnard. The Condors have been winning the rebound battle 20-17. The Canyons has done a better job at moving the ball around and playing as a team, 12 assists to just 4 for Oxnard. Cougars do have a block and 3 steals. Oxnard with 2 steals, the fouls 12-10. Canyons with 12, Oxnard with 10 in that first half. As it'll be Oxnard with the possession arrow, or excuse me, it'll be Canyons with the possession arrow in the second half as we go back to work. Cougars will go to work with the basketball. Donovan Cornelius will catch with his 2 fouls back in the ball game. Cougars starting with Cornelius, Wilson, Pitts, Perez, and Orbach. Oxnard countering with Briscoe, Allison, Ortiz, Means, and Luke Ortiz. Daniel and Luke Ortiz both on the floor. Cornelius dumps inside Orbach. Good pass out to Pitts. 3-pointer on the way is good. Mo Pitts finds another one, give him 9. And Canyons has stretched the lead by 3 here to start in this second half. Daniel Ortiz quiet in the first half. Only 2 points for Ortiz. A 3, no good. Wilson able to save a rebound, but then stepped on the end line. Oxnard will get the ball back. It was Briscoe looking for the 3 on the last shot. And Oxnard will go back to work with possession on a full 30. Here's Luke Ortiz working against Orbach. Little runner in the lane on the left hand. Good. Kind of a modified hook. It's now Luke Ortiz with 8 points. Approaching double figures. Canyons, good pass from Orbach again, and Perez able to finish as he was streaking around Isaac Means. That's a beautiful pass from Orbach, good vision that time. Then he gets slipped on the other side, scored in a foul, a blocking foul called against Perez, as going to the basket was Daniel Ortiz, and he'll go to the line to shoot a foul shot. It's the second foul on Justin Perez. So Ortiz finishes out the 3-point play. 51-41, Canyons leading. Cornelius' pass taken away by Ortiz. Drives Cornelius, swats it away, coming back. Good job by Canyons not to give up on the play. Cougar defense will have to get to work. Oxnard gets it in. Luke Ortiz catches. Drops it for Allison. Allison gonna be called for an offensive foul. First foul on Miles Allison. Here's Cornelius back to work, running the point. Gives it to Pitts. Works off the screen from Orbach. Foul line jumper from Pitts is good. Pitts starting to find his stroke. He's got 11. Leads all scorers on the floor, along with Miles Allison. Is Allison the only Condor in double figures? Throws a wild pass to the near side of the floor to Isaac Means, who couldn't quite sky up to it. Canyons will go back to work with the basketball. Pitts, Wilson, Perez, all in double figures, 11, 10, and 10. Of course, Canyons last year was almost clockwork that Jonah Alfara had a double-double. This year might look a little different, but the guard play solid so far as Canyons out in front 53-41. Score 3 more for Wilson as he knocks down another wide open look, make it 56-41, the lead back to 15. Offensive foul going to be called against Luke Ortiz. Orbach kind of tied up down low. I didn't see what happened. It was an elbow to the neck area. That's what it was, as Ortiz was just trying to box out on Orbach. Second foul on Luke Ortiz. Orbach, who does have the ability to handle the basketball, dribbles it up the floor. Out it to Cornelius, dumps it back to Orbach beyond the three-point line. Now to Perez. Perez off the screen. Little runner off the window is good. That's a beautiful shot from Justin Perez. And Canyons now with a 58-41 advantage as Perez finds his stroke for 12 now. That one goes out off of Jacob Mora, was trying to draw a foul, had Wilson right with him. And Oxnard going to call a full timeout here to talk things over. Canyons with a 58-41 advantage, 16:48 to go. We'll take a break.
The Jersey Mike's catering box is the easiest way to feed your friends. The hard part is picking your sub. That's why we're having a draft. With the first pick, Sarah from Carolina selects number 13, the original Italian.
You know, I trusted my gut, and that's exactly where the sub's gonna go, so.
Hold on, we've got a trade. Jake traded his second pick with me, because I'm starved. Freshly sliced subs to go, wherever you and your friends go. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Canyons a 58-41 advantage here. Cougars will go back to work with possession here after the Oxnard turnover. Cougars have had it all working so far here. It's Cornelius back to work on the offensive side. Gets it to Wilson, guarded tightly by Ortiz. Back up to Cornelius, who will back things off between the circles here. Now he'll work off the Orbach screen to his left, lays it off the window with his left hand. That's nicely done. Good set by Canyons that time. Make it a 60-41 advantage, a 19-point lead. Their largest of the day. For Cornelius, just his third field goal of the ball game, give him 6 points. Means comes down with an offensive board and then is fouled. I think gonna goes against Justin Perez, gonna be his second of the half here and third of the game. Donovan Cornelius checking out, Stacy Webb coming in. Leave Perez out there with 3 fouls right now. Wilson nearly gets his hands in on Means. Means then able to muscle off of Wilson, and he scores it and the foul, and that's another quick foul on Perez, who will pick up his 4th. So Mora, not Means, pardon me, Jacob Mora gets the bucket of the foul. Perez will check out now with his 4th. That's our conversation at the table here. I'm not sure what all that was, but regardless, Mora misses the foul shot as we go back to work. Here's Webb. Out of Wilson. Wilson looking back for Webb. Webb will try and drive. Jump stop, kicks out. Orbach now wants to drive. Puts it off the window, misses. Couldn't get his own rebound as Luke Ortiz rips it down. And Oxnard back the other way. Foul going to be called against Webb. Third on Webb, fourth on Canyons. They lead 60-43. A finish for Oxnard that time on the inbound play for Luke Ortiz, as he was able to finish around Donovan Chapman. Foul away from the basketball called against Oxnard. It goes against Theo Briscoe, be his second. Briscoe will then promptly come off the floor as they'll bring they'll bring Jeremy Goodcase back in. Here's Pitts. To Webb on the near side, drives to the paint, puts one up, scored in the foul for Stacey Webb. First bucket of the day for Stacey Webb, the freshman out of Valencia. Foul goes against Goodcase, fresh in the game. His second. Webb has a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play to make it 63-45 Canyons. Should he knock it down with 14:53. Misses, so it'll stay 62-45. And Oxnard will go back to work on the offensive side. Allison sends it ahead. Goodcase, a wing three in transition, rattles home. Big three from Goodcase to try and stop the bleeding a little bit here. As Canyons off to a phenomenal start in the second half and stretch the lead. Now it's back down 62-58, a 14-point advantage. Pitts almost lost the basketball, was able to get it back before Daniel Ortiz could. And Canyons will slow back down into a half-court set. Webb splits a couple of bodies, gets it to Chapman. His three is short. There's a foul on the floor under the basket after the shot. Well, now they're going to get together and discuss. I'm not sure what is going on right now. All I know is Webb made a foul shot. The only thing I can guess, it was a technical foul, so Webb gets a single technical foul shot and Oxnard gets the basketball. I don't know what. Can't really explain it, so we'll just go back to work. Jacob Mora lays it into the rack around a couple of defenders that time, and it'll be a 13-point Canyons advantage here. Cougars have just kept the lead kind of stretched out. Oxnard got it back within single digits for a while, but the Cougars able to push it back ahead here to start this fourth quarter. Lead by 13 right now with 13:45 to go. Webb will work off a screen from Orbach. Trying to throw it inside. It's a kick ball on Oxnard. It'll stay with Canyons. This was a 10-point halftime lead. Canyons stretched it up to 19 at one point, 60-41. But Oxnard again has hung close, got it back to 13. Webb a little behind the back dribble inside. Orbach was all alone. Good body control from Orbach. He let Ortiz fly by and lays it in for an easy bucket. So the sophomore Roz Orbach with 4 points now. And then a travel called on Oxnard back down the floor. Turnover by Stacy Webb that time, just threw it out of play. Thought he was trying to get it to Wilson. Wilson couldn't get quite high enough. I think Webb needed to slide himself over towards the Canyons bench that time. Here's Allison, a good finish that time. Able to avoid the contact that likely would have been a charging as Mo Pitts was standing outside the restricted area. Here's Orbach. Dumps it inside. Cornelius will work it out to Pitts. A wing three is good. Pitts with another one. He's got 14, and the lead is 68-52. For Pitts, 3 of 5. A blocking foul before the shot called against Orbach. It's not a shooting foul, they say, as Allison was passing the basketball. He was trying to claim he was shooting it, but they say no. Third foul on Orbach. For Pitts, 4 of 6 from 3 today. Canyons, 10 of 18 from beyond. And that's the difference right now. Oxnard just 5 of 14. Cougars also shooting 60% from the floor, 24 of 16 compared to just 42% for Oxnard. Here's Oxnard for a 3 off the inbound play, no good for Luke Ortiz. Make it 5 of 15. Stacy Webb running right back up the floor, dumps Orbach off the window, no, couldn't get his own rebound. That's just a miss off a nice play from Webb to set Orbach up. Something that I'm sure Coach Fisher will be looking at to clean up as the season continues on. Here's Allison driving. He has been a beast for Oxnard here. Allison now with 15, trying to keep the Condors close. They trail by 14. Orbach and Webb playing catch off a 2-man game, and Webb knocks it down. And a timeout on the floor by Howard Fisher, a full timeout as he wants to talk things over. Canyons rolling right now, 70-54 over Oxnard.
College of the Canyons is always ready when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougars athletics programs offer a great college experience. Take control of your athletic future at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
Whether we're on the move or stuck in one place, it's with us, comforting, healing, and transforming lives. It's the power of you. With 4 world-class hospitals and over 170 clinics across Southern California, together, we're building a healthier community. We're your neighbors, your friends, your family. It begins with you. UCLA Health.
(70-54), Canyons leading by 16 here over Oxnard. 11:50 to go in the second half. Winner faces Cuyamaca tomorrow in the championship game of the Clash at Canyons 2024 at 6 p.m. The other team will take on Barstow at 4 o'clock. In the consolation game, is Oxnard going back to work offensively? Daniel Ortiz will swing it up to Theo Briscoe. Now to Ruben Jimenez. Jimenez, little crossover dribble, gets it underneath to Jacob Mora, who gets an easy finish. Another good offensive game for College of the Canyons here to start the season. They've done this over the last number of years in the Clash. They've looked good so far today. Here's Webb, catches on the block. Throws it back. Orbach, a three from the wing is short. Mora will catch the rebound and send it to Jimenez, who sprints ahead, dumps it to Mora. They'll work it back. Jimenez, little head fake, gets it inside. Luke Ortiz working against Orbach. Turn around, hook off the window is good. And a 4-0 run for Oxnard here as they come back to work in a full court press. Webb able to slip a defender, gets it to Wilson in the corner, a three, no good. Mora pulls down the rebound. Canyon's starting to cool off a little bit from three. Oxnard quickly back ahead, and it's a 6-0 run out of the timeout for Oxnard to get it back to a 10-point game. Kind of saw this in the first half. Oxnard was able to close the gap. They brought it down from 19. We saw this in the first game. Koyamaka had a 19-point advantage at halftime and had to take it to double overtime. Cougars 0 for their last 3 from triple. And Oxnard now a chance to get it back within single digits here. Jimenez driving, lays it off the window, no good. Rebound picked up by Canyons. Webb outlets to Wilson. And Wyatt Wilson gets a lay-in to break the 6-0 run. Wilson now with 15 points in the contest. Canyons will have Abdul-Noor and Figueroa up at the table getting ready for some minutes. Jimenez short, rebound easy for Mora. He gets an easy lay-in. Pace back and forward, just run and gun from both sides here. Wilson, another look at three, this time short again. Orbach the rebound. Canyons will get a reset. Pitts, they work it around. Webb, a corner three, no good. And an offensive, nope, a defensive foul, or a rebound foul on Canyons. Goes against Cornelius, his third. Webb will check out. Orbach will check out as well as Abdul-Noor and Figueroa back in. So Canyons has cooled off a touch from three. They were 10 of, as we said, 15, now 10 of 23. They lead by 10. Here's Jimenez. Theo Briscoe now will catch. You get it over to Miles Allison. Allison will back things off just a touch. Now Daniel Ortiz onto the near side. Luke Ortiz at three. No good. Rattles in and out. Good rebound from Mo Pitts to come up and get it. And Pitts will go back to work on the offensive side for Canyons as he'll send it to Donovan Cornelius. Cornelius on the near side to Figueroa. He'll catch and go to work. Figueroa gets it to Cornelius. Back to Figueroa. Gian Figueroa for three. He's got it. Figueroa now knocks down another. On the other side, Oxnard with a miss. And then a travel called against Canyons. Figueroa, give him 8 now in the ball game. 3 different Condors in double figures. Allison with 15, Ortiz with 12, Mora with 10. For College of the Canyons, Wilson with 15, Pitts with 14, and Perez with 12. As a timeout on the floor called by Oxnard. A full timeout, leave them with 2 left here with 8:08 to go. We'll take a break.
Make hosting your next event easy with the Dr. Diane G. Van Hook University Center. With over 30 meeting spaces, wireless video teleconferencing capabilities, food service, and technical support available, the University Center has everything you need to make your next event shine. Conveniently located near the 5 and 14 freeways in Santa Clarita, the University Center offers easy access to local airports and many attractions, making it the ideal meeting place for everyone. To learn more about our rental options or to book now, visit canyons.edu/University Center.
(75-62), 8:08 to go here. College of the Canyons in the lead. Oxnard with the basketball out of the timeout after the turnover from Canyons on the travel after the rebound. Turnovers in the ball game 10 on Oxnard, 8 on Canyons. Cougars have used those 10 turnovers to 15 points to their advantage. Holding foul called against either Abdelnour or Figueroa. It's going to go against Figueroa. It'll put Oxnard in the bonus. They'll shoot 1 and 1. First foul against Gian Figueroa, who's got 8 points off the bench today. Bench points for Canyons. They've been winning that battle pretty well. We don't unfortunately have the number, but Figueroa with 8. Abdelnour with a couple. Webb with some as well. So it's been a nice mix for College of the Canyons here early. In this season, Luke Ortiz makes the first of 2. Second is there as well. Ortiz with 14 points in the ball game. Ian Miles Allison having a bit to say about this one, trying to keep Oxnard in it. The lead down to 11. Perez able to break the timeline with plenty of time, and we'll get it into the corner to Figueroa. He'll work back up to the near side wing, dumps it into Abdelnour, block extended, out high to Pitts, and now back to Cornelius, and Canyons will slow it down a little bit. 10 to shoot for the Cougars. Cornelius inside, Abdelnour throws it away. Jimenez got it over to Briscoe, a miss. Canyons the rebound, good hustle as the Cougars try and run the break the other way. Pitts, step back 3 from the wing, no. Pitts was white hot early on from 3. Missed on that one, and Oxnard going to be called for a foul. Foul goes against Daniel Ortiz, his second. 5th on Oxnard, so Canyons will inbound. Orbach going to take over for Abdelnour. Lots of minutes for Orbach here today. He's the lone sophomore on the squad, has played 20 minutes so far. He catches, puts it on the floor, leaves it for Pitts. Now to Perez, in there with 4 fouls, puts up a 3, no good. Rebound inside Figueroa. He's fouled from underneath on a push from behind by Oxnard. It'll be the 6th foul on the Condors. The next one will put Canyons in the bonus. Here's Pitts. Now Perez. Cornelius trying to feed it inside. Good defensive play by Ortiz. And then coming back, Pitts able to swat it out of Briscoe before he could get anything going. Feel like Canyons trying to get into a half-court defense, leading by 11 with 7:02 to go. Ortiz trying to back down Orbach. Gonna draw a foul here. It's gonna go against Figueroa for a reach-in that will send Luke Ortiz back to the line. Ortiz today has been solid from the line, 5 of 6. This is Oxnard's 23rd foul shot of the game. They knock it down. They've made 18 of them. Canyons only 14 foul shots, so this is a stark change to a season ago in terms of how Canyons scored a lot of points. They got to the foul line a lot. They only shot 29% from 3, but are shooting 42% so far today, 11 of 26. Ortiz makes both. Wyatt Wilson will check back in to take over for Mo Pitts as Canyons lead down to 9. So single digits at the moment as Oxnard able to crawl back into it for the moment. Here's Orbach. Cornelius will work the point. Dumps back Orbach, leaves it for Perez. Figueroa, extra pass. Cornelius, corner 3, no good. Figueroa, the offensive board, and Wilson will back it out. Here's Perez. Stop up, 15-footer, no good. Boy, the Cougars have gone ice cold here. And a foul on Cornelius on a rebound, just a reach in. Gonna be the 4th foul on Donovan Cornelius. Again, Canyons ice cold right now from the field. And it'll send Jacob Mora back to the line. Next foul on Canyons puts Oxnard in the plus with 6:24 to go. Stacy Webb back in there to take over for Cornelius, who has 4 fouls. look in foul trouble right now. Oxnard not a single body. Maybe Theo Briscoe with 3, but you know, not really. And then Perez with 4. Cornelius with 4. Orbach approaching along with Webb, each with 3. A miss on the first foul shot by Oxnard. Webb driving, lays it in. Heck of a bucket for Stacy Webb. Give him 7 now, and the lead back up to 11. There's Miles Allison for Oxnard. He's been good today. Mora on the catch, back to Allison. Allison with 15 points. Now Briscoe. Briscoe's quieted off in the second half. He's gonna draw a foul, and we'll go to the line. The foul gonna be on Orbach, his 4th. Oxnard in the plus now, so they'll shoot 2 for the final. 5:53 here. It's the 22nd foul on Canyons today. Briscoe makes the first. Briscoe 6 points to start in the first half. He's been really quiet in the second. That's his first point of the second half. Orbach gonna check off. They'll bring Mo Pitts back in and bring Donovan Chapman back in as well. So Canyons will go with 5 guards here. Both foul shots from Briscoe are good. Webb wanting to speed it ahead across the timeline. Now will walk it as he's able to back everybody off. Here's Pitts. Pitts for Canyons, working off the Chapman screen. Will send it onto the near side to Webb. Webb will get it to Chapman. Chapman near the elbow, spinning to the painted area. Goes with the right hand, throws up a wild shot that doesn't fall. Rebound pulled down by Jacob Mora. And Oxnard back within 9. A chance to try and close the gap a little bit tighter here. Ortiz gets knocked over as he kind of just ran over the top of one of the Cougars. Oxnard then just throws one inside, and it's going to be out off Canyons with 11 seconds on the shot clock here. So Oxnard will keep the basketball. A little sloppy from both sides. Ortiz thought maybe he got fouled, and I can see why. He tripped over Stacy Webb, who was kind of just standing still at that point with his hands straight up. Did not get the call. 11 seconds to shoot here for Oxnard. They'll inbound to the far side of the floor to Theo Briscoe. Up top to Daniel Ortiz, drives on Wilson, dumps it underneath to Luke Ortiz. Couldn't catch cleanly. 3 to shoot. Mora sends up a wild shot that banks in for 2. And all of a sudden, it's a 7-point game. Oxnard trying to climb back here. Trailed by as much as 19. Canyons needs to put their foot back on the gas. Here's Webb. Gets it to Wilson. The Cougars have gone ice cold here late in this second half, especially from 3. Wilson wants to isolate. Now we'll send it to Pitts. Pitts had it partially blocked. It falls into the lap of Chapman, who couldn't put it in. It was too far underneath the basket. A steal, though, from Wilson as he knocked it out of the hands of Allison. And then a blocking foul going to be called against Luke Ortiz. We'll send Chapman to the line for 1 and 1 as Canyons in the bonus. So Chapman to the line shooting 1 and 1. Chapman 0 for 1 from the line today. Foul shots become ever more important as we close in on the final moments of the game. 4:21 to go. Both teams shooting foul shots the rest of the way. Oxnard in the plus will shoot 2. Chapman misses on the first. Perez just pokes it out of play. Again, that was a problem for Canyons last year. Shot near the bottom of the state. I think might have been dead last in the state, to be quite honest. 83rd in the state in foul shot percentage at 65.7. The difference was last year they got to the line an awful lot. Offensive board from Ortiz, and then he's fouled from behind by Chapman off the miss from Theo Briscoe, so Ortiz will go back to the line. Ortiz with 16 leading the way for Oxnard. Chance to get it back to 5. He's 7 of 8 from the line today. Jacob Mora with a double-double, 12 points, 14 boards. Chapman off as Ortiz makes the first. Orbach back in. Wilson with 15, Pitts with 14, Perez with 12. Allison with 15 and Mora with 12, as we talked about. Ortiz now with 17. Give him 18 as he makes them both. It's a 5-point Canyons advantage. Oxnard will take the timeout. 4:11 to go. 77-72. Canyons leading, but slimly after they led by 19. (77-72), 4:11 to go. Canyons will have the basketball off the timeout from Oxnard after two made free throws by Luke Ortiz. Ortiz 4 of 9 from the floor and 9 of 10 from the foul line with 18 points today. Out of the timeout, the Cougars go with Webb, Wilson, Pitts, Perez, and Orbach. Webb just drives and lays it in. Oxnard countering with Briscoe, Mora, Allison, Ortiz, and Ortiz. Daniel and Luke both on the floor. Here's Luke. He's been the hot hand. Kicks back to Briscoe for three. No good. Foul called on Canyons. Jacob Mora will go to the line, and that will be the fifth foul on Justin Perez, who was fouled out of the ballgame. So it ends the day for Justin Perez, who finishes with 12 points, 3 boards, 2 assists. Canyons with a 7-point advantage as Mora goes to the line for 2 shots. Mora makes the first. First foul shot made for him today was 0 for 2 to that point. Oxnard 23 of 29, making 24 of 30. Shooting 80% from the line. Canyons just 10 of 15 from the line. The Cougars being propelled right now by 11 of 28 shooting from 3. As Oxnard back within 5. 3:46 to go. Still a lot of time in this ball game. Cougars deep into their bench at this point. Cornelius out there with 4 fouls, as is Roz Orbach. Webb misses. Cornelius needs to be careful going up for a rebound that really was an uncontested one. Nearly drew his 5th foul, got away with it maybe. Good contest that time from Cornelius. He comes away with the rebound, outlets Pitts. Pitts draws a foul. Briscoe coming back, got a hand in on it. 4th foul on Briscoe. Really none of the big 3 for Oxnard, and Ortiz, Allison, and Mora in foul trouble. Ortiz with 3 is the closest you get. But Miles Allison and Jacob Mora each with 1. Briscoe the only one in danger. Pitts makes the first. Is he shooting 2? Back to a 6-point advantage. Doesn't roll the second one in. So Pitts, 1 of 2. Orbach gets a takeaway. That's a big takeaway at this point in the game. Here's Wilson. Now to Webb. Webb will slow it up for the moment, gets it to Orbach. Now Wilson on the near wing. Bounce past Pitts, puts up a 20-footer, no good. Orbach was trying to draw a foul, but just a good box out from Mora. Now Mora, a little stutter step, tries to go into the painted area, had it stripped by Wilson and Webb. Sounds like a law firm, the law firm of Wilson and Webb, with a takeaway that time, and Canyons back to work. Here's Stacy Webb. Orbach straight away. Now to Wilson on the wing. Canyons using as much of the shot clock as they can with this 6-point lead. Now Webb, he'll need to put something up. He's got 2, needs to throw one. It's gonna be a shot clock violation. Use the full 30 seconds, get it down to 2:02. Just couldn't find the open look, but that helps here with the 6-point advantage, making it a little bit tougher on Oxnard here, although plenty of possessions left in the ballgame. So it's 80-74. Our scoreboard graphic having a little trouble. Three-pointer no good. Mora with an offensive rebound, it's tapped out. Orbach with a steal. Good reach in by Orbach that time. Hits back the other way. Drew contact, couldn't get it to go. Cornelius the offensive rebound, and Canyons will reset. Webb throws up a wild shot, draws a foul. Webb will go to the line here. Webb makes the first. Second is good as well. Timeout called by College of the Canyons. So make it 82-74. 1:06 to go. Timeout by College of the Canyons. (82-74), 1:06 to go. Oxnard with the basketball after the 2 foul shots from Stacy Webb. Webb now finds himself in double figures with 11 points. So 4 Cougars in double figures. They come out with a heavy press on Oxnard, trying to turn up the defensive heat, and they get a takeaway as a miss from Theo Briscoe, slow to get up. Webb will break it across the timeline, inside of 60 seconds to go. Canyons will keep it around the perimeter. Cornelius working against Briscoe. Fouls don't help Oxnard as it puts Canyons at the line. Orbach will put up a 3 that's no good. Wilson an offensive board. And that should just about ice it here, as Canyons can waste 20 more seconds. They lead 82-74, trying to get it back to the Classic Canyons Championship for the 5th straight year, looking for their 5th straight Clash title, as it'll be 2 shots here for Canyons. They'll play tomorrow should they win this one against Cuyamaca, who they played last year and beat 74-70. Cougars have won the last 4, trying to make it 5 in a row. Orbach makes the first, and that should pretty much put it away. A 9-point game with 20 seconds to go. Although stranger things have happened. Orbach misses the second. Oxnard sprinting it ahead now. They'll just go for a 2-point bucket. Allison doesn't get it to go. Ball kind of pinballs around. It goes out off of Oxnard, but it wasted another 4.5 seconds. So with 10.6, Canyons leading 83-74. Oxnard to inbound here. Cougars with a 9-point lead. A 3-pointer on the way. Rattles in for Theo Briscoe. Makes it a 6-point game with 7.8. And Howard Fisher wants a timeout. He wants to make sure that everybody is squared away here. It is a 2-possession game with 7.8. You have to imagine maybe Oxnard will foul and try and force Canyons to go to the line. That second foul shot from Raz Orbach was very important, didn't get it to fall. So 7.8 to go, 83-77. Cornelius has the full baseline to work, and there's a foul on a push from behind by Mora as the ball actually hit Wyatt Wilson right in the beak. And Wilson will go to the line for 2. Third foul on Mora. Wilson to the line. Wilson's had a good freshman opening game performance, 15 points, 3 for 3 from the line today. 2 excessively important free throws here for Wilson. With 6.8 to go as the second did come off the clock. Misses the first of 2. And Oxnard going to take their final timeout. It is a full timeout. We'll stay right here with it. So 6.8 to go. Wilson needs to make the second. Again, we talked about Canyons last year being just a struggle of a free throw performance night in and night out. They made the 19th most in the state, but they shot 65%. Today shooting 63%. It's really been the three-point game that has carried them today. 11 of 29. Still only shooting 37.9%, but compared to 6 of 20 for Oxnard. And the reason this game's so close, Oxnard 25 of 31 from the line today. They've done a great job at the line. So Wilson for a second foul shot here. Makes the second. Canyons will bring Cornelius in to take over for, or excuse me, Chapman in to take over for Webb. Canyons gonna get a takeaway, and Wilson will dribble out the final few seconds, so the Cougars will win it 84-77. They come away with the victory. They'll go to the Clash of Canyons final tomorrow at 6 p.m. against Cuyamaca. Oxnard will play at 4 o'clock against Barstow. Rematches from the second day last year coming up here this season in 2024. The Cougars take the win. They open their season 1-0. A nice victory for College of the Canyons. That'll do it for us here on the Cougar Sports Network. We will see you tomorrow for football at 1 o'clock against Moore Park. Should be a good one. Have a good night, everybody.